Well, it's a Sunday morning. I've come out to my prayer chapel listening to our church prep message and thinking about what I'm calling the signpost for right now in Matthew 16, where Jesus said, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." So if you think of that as a signpost on the path, and then the stepping stones are each word, or sometimes a collection of those words, that we have to stop on and spend some time looking around from that vantage point. On that stepping stone, what do we see? How does that apply? How are we doing in relation to what Jesus is talking about? So, in the last couple of days, I've been on the first two words. If anyone. The if you picture the signpost of that verse, the if is like the gate that takes you into it. It's if. Doesn't that imply if not? It's if or if not. Which is it? And that's what this is. It's if. And what's described after that, the following stepping stones, they only apply to whoever goes through the if gate. So the start here is, are we the people Jesus was talking about? When he said, if anyone would come after me, we've gone through that if, and now we're learning to come after him. The second word, anyone, is really gripping to me, because today I saw it as both inclusive and exclusive. And what I mean by inclusive is, Jesus said, if anyone. I'm an anyone. So whatever he said after that, it could apply to me if I wanted to. If I'm called to it, if I feel it, if whatever you might want to say to describe it, it's an invitation that is inclusive to anyone. So as you're listening to this, all you have to decide is, are you the anyone he's talking about? But it's also exclusive, because it's anyone who. In other words, it's describing anyone who then will follow Jesus the way he described. I'm a bit slower today because I have a head cold, but also because for some reason this is hitting me as hugely serious for me. That even though I've been aware of God since I was 7 years old, even though I received Christ at 12 years old, even though I was affirmed in my own mind that I truly believed the gospel when I was 14, and even though I was baptized finally at 18, and even though I've been a pastor, and even though I would say I have a growing relationship with God, the way Jesus describes the anyone is exclusive. There is something that happens to people, especially when we've been part of a church for a very long time, or we've been going to church for a long time, and that is that our Christianity turns into churchianity. And I think many people don't even realize it. We find that we start living by the culture of the group we are in more than we're living by the teachings of our Savior. I won't elaborate, it's just for you to think about. But I look at it, and I know there was a time where I've had to look at things and realize that's not what Jesus taught, it's just the way we're doing it. But I don't have to do it that way. It's not taught. It's just a habit. It's a tradition. So today when I'm thinking of this anyone, I'm seeing that is so exclusive. What follows limits who the anyone is. It could be anyone, but who the anyone actually is determined by what comes after and what we do with it. And that's where I am today. I'm going to go to church this morning in our home church and share about this, interact with our people, and look at the if is an incredible invitation and a warning. It's if this, but if not, if you're not doing this, you're not following me. And anyone is invited. But the only anyones that experience following Christ are the ones who deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow him. It's that simple. Not easy, but it is simple. And I encourage you today, please bring this to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Go look in the mirror of him, of his word and his spirit, and ask yourself, have you crossed through that gate of if into what it truly means to come after Christ? And are you the anyone who is actually doing what it means to follow the Savior?